The most profound barrier to the life you desire is not a lack of effort, but a misunderstood virtue. You have been taught in 1,000 subtle ways that to attain something you must first release your grip on it. This idea that letting go is the ultimate key has become a quiet prison for the soul. It is a lie dressed in the robes of wisdom, and it is holding you back. The world speaks of surrender as a resignation to what is, a gentle acceptance of the outer world as the final authority. It advises you to want less, to lower your expectations, to make peace with the reality presented to your senses. But this is a fundamental misunderstanding of the creative power that sleeps within you. The true battle is not fought in the world of effects, but in the quiet, fertile ground of your own consciousness. To let go, in the way it is so often preached, is to let go of the one thing you have any real control over, the assumption that shapes your world. The error is this. You are told to let go of the desire itself. You are instructed to stop wanting the promotion, the healing, the harmonious relationship, and to find contentment without it. This feels like a noble spiritual act. Yet, in doing so, you are not practicing detachment. You are reinforcing the chains of your current situation. You are accepting the absence as permanent. You are in essence telling yourself that the desire is unworthy or unattainable, and so you must learn to live without it. This is not freedom. It is a subtle form of defeat, a quiet agreement with limitation. The real work, the transformative work, is not about letting go of the desire, but about letting go of the old state of mind that cannot contain it. You do not release the wish for a new home. You release the feeling of living in a cramped and inadequate space. You do not abandon the hope for companionship. You abandon the inner echo of loneliness. The desire is the compass, pointing toward a new land. Letting go is the act of leaving the old, familiar but barren shore. You are not throwing the compass overboard. You are setting sail. Think of your mind as a garden. The outer world, with all its facts and figures, its bank statements and its doctor's reports, is merely the current state of the harvest. It shows you what seeds have been planted and nurtured in the past. The doctrine of letting go, as commonly taught, would have you simply accept this harvest, weeds and all, and try to find happiness in it. It tells you to want fewer fruits, to appreciate the barren patches. But the gardener knows a deeper secret. The gardener does not accept the weeds. He pulls them out. He does not begrudge the desire for a better harvest. He prepares the soil for new, better seeds. The seed is your assumption. It is the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is not a frantic wanting, but a quiet knowing. Wanting is a state of lack. It acknowledges you do not have. Knowing is a state of possession. It acknowledges that it is already yours. The entire struggle is to move from wanting to knowing, and this movement does not happen by releasing the desire, but by embracing the state where the desire is no longer a desire, but a fact. You walk through your day carrying the weight of unseen burdens. You carry the memory of past failures as a prophecy of the future. You carry the opinions of others as unchangeable verdicts. You carry the evidence of your senses as the ultimate reality. This is the cargo you must jettison, not the dream of a better life, but the heavy, suffocating anchor of past and current circumstances. To let go of the dream is to sink. To let go of the anchor is to rise. The most powerful act you can perform is to consciously select the state you will inhabit. Before sleep, in the quiet moments of the morning, or in any pause throughout your day, you have the capacity to turn away from the world of effects and enter in your own mind, the world of cause. This is not an act of escapism. It is the highest form of reality construction. It is the workshop where the future is forged. Do not try to visualize the event as something that will happen. That is to remain in a state of want. Instead, feel the reality of the event as if it were already accomplished. If it is a meeting you desire, do not picture yourself walking into the room. Feel the handshake that concludes it. Hear the words of agreement as a memory, not a hope. Feel the relief and satisfaction of a matter settled. This feeling is the seed. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen with the outer eye. The outer world is a stubborn and shadowy world. It lags behind the inner world. It is like an echo that takes time to return. Having planted the seed of the wish fulfilled, you must now resist the temptation to dig it up to see if it is growing. The temptation will be great. The world will show you no immediate change. It will shout its old story through every newspaper, every conversation, every mirror. Your task is to remain faithful to your unseen reality. This is where the common teaching of letting go fails you. It tells you to let go of the seed because you cannot see the sprout. The true discipline is to let go of your constant, anxious scrutiny of the barren soil. You water the seed with your continued attention to the feeling of fulfillment, and you leave the how and the when to the natural laws that govern growth. You do not tell the sun how to shine or the seed how to split open. You simply provide the right conditions and trust the process. Your doubts and fears are not signs of failure. They are the last storms of the old state. They are the weeds that try to grow back in a newly prepared garden. When they arise, do not fight them with violence, for that only gives them strength. Acknowledge them, and then gently, persistently, turn your attention back to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is like tuning a radio. Static may intrude, but you keep adjusting the dial until the clear signal of the desired station comes through. The world is a mirror, and it can only show you what you are. Not what you wish you were, not what you hope to be, but what you deeply fundamentally assume that you are. If you feel poor, the world will present you with evidence of poverty. If you feel unloved, it will reflect back isolation. To change the reflection, you do not polish the mirror. You change the face looking into it. You change the assumption of lack to an assumption of abundance, the assumption of sickness to an assumption of health. This is not positive thinking. It is a radical re-engineering of the self. Positive thinking often remains on the surface, a temporary layer of optimism painted over a core of doubt. The work described here goes much deeper. It is the actual death of an old concept of self and the resurrection of a new one. You are not merely telling yourself, "I am prosperous," while feeling anxious about bills. You are moving into the state of being where prosperity is a natural fact, and from that state, the feeling of anxiety cannot exist. The new feeling crowds out the old. You are the operant power. Your I am, your awareness of being, is the only reality. Everything else is outpicturing. When you say, "I am healthy," from a feeling of strength and vitality, you are commanding the universe to rearrange itself to confirm that fact. When you say, "I am successful," from a feeling of accomplishment and ease, you are scripting the next scenes of your life. But if you say these words as a hope or a prayer while feeling the opposite, you are only reinforcing the current state. The past is not a chain unless you wear it as one. It has no power to recreate itself. It can only persist if you continue to feed it with your present attention and belief. You are not bound to repeat the mistakes of yesterday unless you carry the same man of yesterday into today. He is not you. The real you is the I am, the creator, who can wear any state it chooses. So, how does one begin? It begins in the quiet of your own mind. Find a moment of stillness. Allow the outer noise to fade. Then construct a scene which would naturally follow the fulfillment of your desire. Keep it simple. Keep it real. It is not a daydream of fantastic events, but a simple, mundane moment that implies the wish is already realized. The key is to feel the reality of that scene. Feel the quiet joy, the deep satisfaction, the normalcy of it. Dwell in that feeling until it feels natural, until it feels like a memory rather than a fantasy. Then, open your eyes and return to the world. Carry that feeling with you as a secret knowledge. Do not look for immediate signs. Do not try to force the event into being through outer actions born of anxiety. Act, instead, from the new state. If you have felt the joy of a harmonious relationship, act from that joy today. Be more patient, more loving, not to make something happen, but because it is who you are now. If you have felt the security of financial freedom, make decisions from that security, not from a place of lack. The world will test you. It will present you with its old facts. When it does, do not argue with them. Arguing with reality only makes it more solid. Simply turn away from it inwardly and return to the feeling of your fulfilled desire. This is not denial, it is selection. You are selecting which reality you will empower with your faith. There will be moments of weakness, when the old state will feel more real than the new assumption. This is natural. Do not despair. The journey from Egypt to the Promised Land was not without complaints and doubts, but the destination was reached by those who persisted in the assumption of the promise. When you fall back into the old feeling, simply rise again. Return to your scene. Rekindle the feeling. Do this as often as necessary. It is a training of the mind, a redirection of a power that has been running wild for years. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a victim of your own assumptions about circumstance. The power to change your life is not hidden in some future event or in the hands of some other person. It is resting this very second in the way you are using your own consciousness. What are you assuming to be true? That is the only question that matters, is the only question that matters. The whole vast world is yourself pushed out. Every person you meet, every situation you encounter, is a part of you made visible. To hate a circumstance or to resent a person is to hate and resent an out-picturing of your own inner state. The only permanent solution is to change the state within. Forgive them, for they know not what they do, because they are but actors playing a role written by your own mind. Change the script, and the actors must change their lines. This is the ultimate liberation. It places the power and the responsibility squarely upon your own shoulders. You can no longer blame the economy, your parents, your partner, or your luck. They are all effects. You are the cause. This realization is not a burden. It is the key to the prison door. It means you are free, free to assume a new state, free to become the person you wish to be. So cease the futile struggle with the outer world. Stop trying to let go of your noble desires. They are the whispers of your future self calling you forward. Instead, let go of the old man, the collection of past failures and limiting beliefs. Let go of the need to see before you believe. You must believe before you see. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. Move through your days with this quiet knowing. Walk as if your wish is fulfilled, because in the deeper reality of consciousness, it already is. The time between the assumption and its manifestation is a bridge of faith. Walk it with confidence. The world has no choice but to conform. It is law. The harvest is sure. The seeds you plant in the fertile soil of your own I amness must eventually spring forth into visibility. Do not be impatient with the process. The farmer does not dig up his seeds each day. He has faith in the laws of nature. You must have faith in the laws of consciousness. Your assumption, felt and sustained, is the most real thing in the world. It is the future fact, waiting for its hour to be born. You are the gardener of your own experience. Stop accepting the weeds. Stop trying to let go of the desire for a beautiful garden. Pick up the new seeds of your fulfilled desires. Plant them in the warm, dark soil of your own awareness. Water them with your attention and faith. And then, let the sun of your own I amness do its work. The harvest will come. It is inevitable. Your world is about to become a perfect reflection of all that you have secretly, faithfully, and persistently assumed yourself to be.